Hi there, everybody. Just a little note to say that this week's episode of the podcast is brought to you in association with the wonderful Locks and Rocks clothing company. This is a great little independent company that is kindly helping by supporting a little independent podcast like us. And it's a great company. I already was aware of them. I already had a few pieces of their clothing. I love them. I quite like the outdoors as well. So it's perfect for if you're up a hill, on the water. Locks and Rocks, it's great Scottish wear. It's also sustainable clothing. Everything about it is wonderful. They do t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, hold alls. Check out their website. Support this wonderful independent Scottish company, Locks and Rocks. This is just one of the many items they have. Thank you to them and thank you for listening. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Stop Watering Dead Flowers with me, Chris Forbes. Before this week's episode, I just wanted to do a bit of shameless plugging for my Glasgow Comedy Festival show, which is on sale now. I will be doing a work-in-progress show called Father Christmas at the Stand Comedy Club on Friday the 27th of March. This is a pretty unique show. It is all about Christmas and is set at Christmas. The whole theme of the show is Christmas, but with a twist. If that sounds appealing to you, please come on down and check it out. In the meantime, please enjoy this week's wonderful episode. I once practiced my coffee order in my head so intensely that when the barista said, "Hi, how are you?" I panicked and replied, "Large oat latte." They paused. I paused. They said, "Okay, but how are you?" And I said, "Medium." That's great. That's a wee short story there, but a perfect quintessential example of the kind of stories we're looking for here on the Stop Watering Dead Flowers podcast. I keep nearly forgetting the name of the podcast. It's very tricky. Anyway, please keep sending them in and welcome back to another episode with me, Chris Forbes, here at the Stand Comedy Club. Stop watering dead flowers. This week in the garden, I am delighted to say we have the wonderful Amelia Bayler. Welcome, Amelia.
Thank you so much for having me on. I can't wait to embarrass myself today and not sleep well for 2 weeks. I actually can't wait.
Very exciting to have you on and hear your stories because I don't know why, but I really feel like you lend yourself brilliantly to this podcast.
That's not a compliment.
Is that a compliment? Or... But I feel like from even doing like some car journeys to gigs and stuff, I feel like I've heard stories already from you and I'm like, these will be good.
Yes.
And I don't even think those ones were going to be in your top 10.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't even remember what I feel like when we've done car journeys. For one of them, we did just talk about how much we loved drumstick squashies. Shout out. Get sponsored by them. I mean it.
We need more sweets. We need more sweets in here. Molly's parents, where are you? They sent us some sweets before. They've got a sweet shop. They were called something. I was going to say they were called Angel Dust, but I think that's just my own mind. I've put it together with drugs
street name
there.
For speed or something.
Give us more of that good.
We could have some of that as well, and the podcast would have a really good energy.
As way of an introduction to anyone that might not be familiar with you, I mean, a stand-up comedian, generally, but kind of musical comedy as well, and then just lots of other things. You seem to pop up, sketches, writing, music, generally DJing. Is comedy your kind of first love? Is that where everything's spanned from, or would you say music was first?
I would say it was always like music with a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And then got into like stand-up and then like combined it all. But I love like a catchy banger. Like I've always written like catchy tunes. I have a comedy song called What's the Vibe? It just says, what's the vibe? What's the vibe? What's the fucking vibe? Everyone in Scottish comedy never wants to hear that again because it like gets stuck in their head for like 2 weeks. I've got other hits such as Tupperware. And I've got one called Take Me to Patisserie Valerie.
Tupperware is my personal favourite. I think I've told you that before. And I sing it in the house whenever we're needing Tupperware. And I always do the T-U-P-P. I do the spelling bit.
W-A-R-E. It's fun. When people sing along to that, I do feel like I am Robbie Williams at Nebworth.
Yeah.
Wait, did he do Nebworth or was it Oasis who did Nebworth? What was his one? Did he do Nebworth? My pop culture references are off today. I'm really embarrassed. That's the most embarrassing part. But yeah, I did actually put a punk band together last year.
Oh, really?
To perform like my comedy songs and then some kind of pop synthy stuff.
Did you have a cool punk band name?
Amelia Bayler and the Snacks.
The Snacks. You've just combined the two main things we've spoken about. So
yeah. Consistent with the brand. And so it was Martin James in a hot dog costume. He does improv and comedy as well. Sam Small in a pizza costume. Sam is a poet, performer, and he was a bassist. I don't know if I said that. And then Kaylee Roberts, who's in loads of bands, was on drums. Kaylee had a little hat with a pizza on it.
I was going to say, wait, you were just like, he's dressed as a hot dog. She's got a little hat.
Because Kaylee was on the drums. So it was like, you can't really be wearing a lot of clothes on the drums.
Yeah.
Drummers, they like shorts. They like a vest.
Yeah.
A sports bra. Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't be like,
yeah.
I didn't want to be like, can you please wear this really heavy like costume?
Maybe she could have been like a strawberry lace or something.
Just a strawberry.
I was trying to think of something.
A strawberry lace.
Would give her a range
top,
of movements.
I don't know.
Now it just seems incredibly inappropriate. But,
yeah, that does seem like we're objectifying this person. Kaylee, if you're listening, we were just trying to workshop it, but it fell on its ass. But yeah, I was in a punk band like 10 years ago called Miscellaneous Meat.
Nice.
And
disgusting also.
Disgusting. And our first single was called Come. Sorry.
And I don't think I need to ask how you were spelling it.
C-U-M. Mm-hmm. But it was like actually a banger. Like it was actually really good. So I missed that energy. I missed that like angsty energy. Because I think with comedy sometimes, I don't know if you feel this, but there's this kind of like love me. Yes. Love me, which is my general vibe outside of comedy. I'm just asking strangers on the street, love me.
Sometimes I want to angrily sing about my own bodily fluids, yes.
You've completely nailed it in one, like that. So that's why I was like, right, let's do a little punk gig, do some comedy songs. We had costume changes. We had cowboy hats at one point. Like it was a whole show.
Good fun, man.
And Chris Thorburn, icon of the Scottish comedy scene, filmed it. So I'll be posting clips of that. And so that'll be some fun. I think that'll be some fun content to put out there. Do you know what I mean?
And he'll enjoy hearing that. He edits this podcast as
Chris!
well. Chris, hello.
Hello.
You can hear us. What a legend.
He also he supported the gig as well, and he was just so brilliant. And he did his his Christmas like mashups. You know, he's so talented, by the way.
You're brilliant.
Chris, if you're listening, I mean you are because you're editing it. We love you.
Don't edit this out. Probably start with this now.
Yeah, keep this in.
All right, keep it in check, mate.
Chris, you're such a good editor. I need to message you about something. Sorry. Anyway, that's an introduction. It was quite. I don't know if that made sense.
It's good. I feel like
that summarize it. CUM.
We have a general overview of who you are as a person. I think.
Yeah.
So that will guide us through how you may have reacted to some of these incidences. In your life, are you someone that's quite good at letting things go, or do you stew on them? Do you let them haunt you forever?
A bit of both, because sometimes I will do crazy shit, and I'm just like, do you know what? It's just a laugh. It's just a laugh, or I'll be like, it was the universe's plan.
Wow.
You know, if something really shit happens, I'll be like, it will be so painful that I'm like, this was in my plan. This was in my plan. I was meant to... I was going to say like the worst thing that I'd actually forgotten about and it wasn't on my list of things to say, but I actually just remembered something bad. Sorry.
Wow, that's when you know you've got a lot. Just constantly bubbling to the surface.
Anyway, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you know, sometimes I'm like, I can brush it off because it's a funny story and you do think, that's in a show.
But sometimes it's so bad you have to believe it's for a greater purpose.
Yeah.
Let's look at some of your the stories we thought about then for this.
Okay.
We traditionally will always start with the childhood one.
Yep.
What came to mind initially? Was there one that really pushed itself to the surface?
So when I was like 12 maybe at high school in Scotland, Crieff High School, and I already found it difficult to like fit in because I'm from England originally and people don't like that, you know, in Scotland.
What?
I know it might shock you, but people gave me a hard time.
No.
So I thought, just to make things even more difficult for myself, I would wear a black bob wig to school.
What?
Sorry, it is crazy. And like, actually, do you know what made it worse? Is that it wasn't even like, this was kind of before Amazon and stuff, so it wasn't like a cheap one. Like, it was like one from like Jenner's in Edinburgh. I don't know if that's still there, but it's this department store that was definitely for like a cancer patient. And my mum let me wear it.
She's like, that's it. This is a good idea.
And I pretended that it was my hair. And it looked like a fucking wig.
What was the?
It was like a black bob. I don't know
What was the thinking behind it? Like, were you like, I need to have black hair, or did it look like someone at the time that you liked? Or?
I think I just must have really loved, like, maybe pop stars or artists, do you know what I mean? And just thought,
war things.
I want to like
create an identity.
Yeah. But I used to walk to school with this girl and I never addressed it and she never addressed it. And the next day I didn't have the wig. And she was like, I didn't want to say anything. But somebody eventually ripped it off my head in science, and that was that.
In the name of science, or just in
it got
science?
thrown around the classroom.
Oh no!
Yeah,
That's sad though.
I don't know what else to say about that because it doesn't really speak for itself. Like I just don't.
Wow.
I think I still kept it for a while, but it was the fact that it was like high quality. It was like good.
It's a tricky time, isn't it? I mean,
Teenage
we've
years.
all been wearing wigs, haven't we? 12, 13, it does show though, doesn't it? It's just like, you don't know who you are and you're trying to create things. But what a shame. That's like a scene out of an American high school thing. They pull your wig off and throwing it around.
Yeah. It was.
What was your own hair rocking at the time underneath?
I mean, I see this bleached blonde bob. I wish I could have just been born with that because I feel like that is me. But see, until I was able to do that, my hair was just a bit meh.
Really?
Because
you're a funky, stylish person.
Funky, yes.
Funky.
Funky is good.
It's like your granddad's back, isn't it? You're a very funky person.
I love the word funky. Yeah. I love the word naff. I think we need to sort of bring them back more because they're not used.
Yeah.
Naff.
Funky naff.
It's a little bit naff. Funky naff is a good name for a band that you and me should start. I know that you're musical as well.
The old accordion. Funky naff.
What was the character? Damien
Crow.
There we go.
I
Real
basically
ones
looked
know.
like Sean when I did Damien Crow.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Real ones know
that
you did a character.
Thank you. There's not many real ones out there.
Accordion musical comedy, which is like rare. You did it the best. There's some other accordion musical comedians, but
is there?
Accordion Ryan, shout out. But yeah,
very hard.
There's no one that does
loyal following.
There's no one that's done the goth thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean does the goth thing fashion wise. I just mean.
Yeah, Sean, you're not a real goth. You just do the fashion thing.
But not many people do the goth thing linked with musical comedy goth.
You know? Look at this. You can come on again. My own hype person.
Sorry, I'm just like making sure the mic.
This bodes very well that you had done something quite out there at a young age, because now it feels like the stories are going to get worse in my mind.
God.
And not worse, but just even more amusing for us.
Yeah.
So let's move forward and pick maybe one out from career. And I feel like from our chats, you've worked in lots of different industries, but I mean, is it from the comedy world that you've picked out?
Yeah, this is not even that funny.
Brilliant.
It's just fucking tragic.
Even better.
Like, it is, honestly, it's I don't even find it funny, and I don't think I'm even healed from it. So
Okay.
let's whiplash from silly, funny childhood to tragic adulthood.
Good. And apologies in advance if I still laugh anyway.
Set the scene. It's the Musical Comedy Awards, which you should enter at some point with your character. I get the megabus down for each gig. There's a quarter-final. Sorry, there's a heat.
Were they all in London or just...
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is in London.
Everything is.
Everything for this is in London. So, because at the time I wasn't doing great financially, nothing's actually fucking changed. But like,
second guest in a row that said the same thing.
Nothing has fucking changed. But I thought, and cause as well, I think there's a bit of a low self-esteem thing to get the megabus. Yeah. And I got that megabus down for the heats. Had a fucking great gig.
Yeah.
Great gig. Fucking, I was like, this is electric. This is my crowd. London audiences get me. Let's fucking go.
Tupperware fans.
Tupperware fans. I think I did, yeah, What's the Vibe in Tupperware. So I was like, look, they're catchy. But I had been doing those for quite a long time. So maybe I had a slight dead behind the eyes stare, you know. But the quarter finals or the heat, I can't remember what it was called, smashed it. Megabus back. Down for the semi-finals.
Yeah. Fucking
smashed it. Smashed out the park. Get through. Yes. I think I have fucking got this. I am a legend. I'm going to win. I'm going to get an agent. I'm going to get 300,000 followers on social media. Oh. I'm moving to London.
Megabus down, private jet back.
Yes. But I still got the megabus back that time.
Yeah.
But then the final comes. It's in a theatre. And where have they put me on in this lineup as someone that has as someone that's travelled the furthest of each performer? 12th of 12 people. How bad is that for nerves, first of all? I'm up in the green room trying to distract myself, having a detailed conversation with another DJ about funk and soul classics, which, in hindsight, wasn't a good idea. I'm freaking out about the microphone before going on because I'm like, shit, I'm going for the free mic, but where is the mic? And do you know what I mean? I'm like flustered. I get on, it is like a lukewarm response, and I'm like, fuck. They don't laugh at my first joke. I do normally do a bit of a jokes before the songs. It was awkward as shit. I want to say worst gig of my fucking life.
Wow.
Worst gig of my fucking life. And it was so fucking embarrassing. I literally was meant to like stay another night in London, and I was just so fucked that I obviously didn't place, by the way. Did I fuck? And you have to stand there like with everyone. It was nightmarish. I get the megabus back to Glasgow, hang out with my ex-boyfriend who's very supportive. And he was my boyfriend at the time. I wasn't just like, I'm going to get back with my ex now. Let's go. But we were together at the time. So we're just chilling. We're having a nice day out. We go to the Barras. And then I think we're just in my flat. We're actually having a nap. And I was like, do you know what? Everything's going to be okay. And then I look at my phone and a fucking review pops up. No. And the review says, travelled the furthest, did the worst.
No. That's terrible reviewing.
No, but like genuinely I was like, I'm proud of myself that I didn't kill myself. No, I'm proud of myself.
Wow.
I'm glad I'm on sertraline.
Oh wow, I had a bad gigs.
Sorry, I'm proud of myself that I didn't just like cancel the rest of my year. But you know, I don't know what happened. I think I was maybe like just anxious. Sometimes you put out an energy. I'd really bigged it up. Like to be honest, like to get to a final of a competition, especially musical comedy awards, I wanted to do it for like years. Finally did it. You know, the fact that I travelled so much to get to that final as well, other people based in London, I'm getting a fucking bus, 6 megabus journeys in total. Never again. Probably will book it next time I have a gig in London, to be honest. But, you know, what the fuck? You put out that energy and like, I think I do you know what it was as well? People had like friends of theirs in the audience, but I said to my family, I was like, I actually can't, just nobody I know come to this. So I had no supporters in the audience. Everyone was just like that. And I was like, oh.
It is, but it's...
You can't really, like, it's not an exact science. Sometimes you are just fucking dog shit. Do you know what I mean? And you can be like, it was the outfit, it was the fucking crowd, no, you were shit. And I was shit.
You weren't.
I was shit.
You were. I bet you did it exactly the same way as you normally would. It's just no two gigs are the same.
It's just awkward.
It can be feeling in the room. It can be hundreds of things.
People have been sitting there for like 24 hours already watching all the acts.
It's just a terrible place to go.
Do you know what? I'll say this. They fucking mugged me off, yeah? It was muggy, okay? And it wasn't me as a performer. It was everyone else's fault. That's my alter ego in these situations. But truly me, my like inner sort of thinking is just like, I'm a fucking piece of shit and I should just... I'm in the cinema after stuff like that. I'm in the cinema and it comes up like, join the fucking Navy. And I think, do you know what? Do you ever feel that low? That you see an advert like join the Navy and you think, yeah, I'm going to join the Navy because there's literally nothing else for me here in this world. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Sadly, I do. But...
like, you're just like, I'm going to join the Navy. And then you get like an email about a gig or somebody, like a guardian angel comes down from above and says, Amelia, we think you'd be perfect for this opportunity. We love what you do or something. And that can be the thing that like keeps you keeps you in it.
That's why it's such a dangerous industry, because our whole self-worth is based on other people's perception of you.
It's not good.
What are we doing to ourselves?
I never thought that you would feel these feelings that I've had.
Oh yeah, I feel all your feelings about you.
Kill yourself. You.
No, I think
unalive.
We all do.
Sorry, it's on the internet. Unalive.
But that does feel like that is a terrible reaction to a bad gig. That feels like a very hard one. But that was a lot of travel. But the reviewers, this is what they really, a lot of them are
cunts. Sorry.
I was going to say lazy, but yeah, B, that's true as well. But see, they don't realise the impact, and there's always going to be chat of, oh, well, if you're in the public thing, like, you should be open to it. But some of them don't realise the impact that they do have, that the words will have, because they are quite haunting. And so
haunting, that is the word.
A lot of the time they're not reviews, that they are kind of personal attacks, and that's where they have to kind of be careful, I think. Yeah,
luckily people call them out now.
Because if you feel like you've already had a bad gig as well, there's nothing worse already. So if someone kicks you while you're down, it's like, there's one thing to be like, didn't have the best on the night or something, but if someone says something personal about something you already know wasn't good, it's just like, oh.
I know, and it's like, but I think I did laugh. I think I did actually laugh a little bit at the review because it was almost like ridiculous. Oh, good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, genuinely, like, you can't get any worse. And then I think the next day another review came out and it was also like saying that my songs were repetitive and like, do you know what I mean? And I was just like, well, fair they are. That's fair. That's actually good feedback. But, you know, you get good reviews, you get bad reviews. People say to you, which is, by the way, impossible, isn't it? They say, don't attach to the good, don't attach to the bad. But obviously when you get a good moment, you're like, I'm a fucking legend. And when you get a bad moment, you're like, I'm fucking the worst person alive. I don't really often get to that neutral feeling about it all. It's very rare. Unless I'm like really working on my like mental health shit and I'm just like spending a lot of time with family and friends and having a life. If I'm doing that, then often these highs and lows don't affect me as much. But if I'm going hustle grind culture mode with everything, like I need to do this, I need to get, you know, that kind, if you're in that kind of mode, these things will always be sore.
Always.
And good as well. There'll always be like mega highs and stuff. But it's not healthy. I would recommend, see if you don't want to feel any emotions, just take 100 milligrams of sertraline, because I was doing that for a while. And any thought that was trying to enter into my mind, it was like, boop, it couldn't get in. And it did mean I wasn't really writing anything and I was a zombie and I was never going to orgasm for the rest of my life. But it was bearable. and I've gone back to 50 milligrams. So if anyone leaves me a bad review, I'll be upset, but I won't be that upset.
Okay.
Don't comment on this podcast anything negative. Thank you.
Do you know I'll tell you I don't talk about it as often, certainly, but my favourite sertraline story for me personally. I was on 100 for a long time.
Really?
And then when I came
sertraline girly.
when I came off it, like the difference was unbelievable. But all of a sudden the turn on of emotion again was it was almost too much. And I went to see Inside Out 2 with my wife. This was just me and my wife doing it. And I was crying so hard at the end of the film. And then a family was leaving that had to go in front of us because I was like, we can't leave you. I was just sobbing. And a wee boy and his sister, but the wee boy said to his mum, she went, "Mummy, what's wrong with that man?" Just crying at this wonderful film. It's hard. It really does blunt the emotions. So when you come off it, it's like they come back.
Are you off it now?
Yes. Well, technically back on, but not to 100. But I felt bad when my gran passed away because I felt very little. And then the next time I went back up to where she lived and I was off it, I was just like a wreck. And I felt guilty that I'd been on it at the time.
Never
What
feel
a
guilty.
strange mental awareness health thing that we're having as a wee aside, but it's nice.
But you can never feel guilty for the fact you were on medication.
You know.
You needed it, hun.
We've changed the format of this podcast now.
It's a men's mental health podcast.
Let's talk about let's get real.
Okay, but yeah, that was the sertraline aside. And if anyone's struggling, take sertraline. But if you take 100 milligrams, you won't feel or think anything ever again.
But if you don't want to feel as low as this, don't do a gig in London that you've had to do in the Megabus down. Or I would say, don't do a gig in Kilwinning. I don't know if I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but I did a gig there once and it was terrible. Terrible. I never want to see or meet anyone from Kilwinning, even if you weren't at the gig. I'll never go back.
Yeah, fuck Kilwinning. I've never been, but
Thank you.
Just out of respect for you.
Thank you.
I will not go there. Do you ever get this thing where you've fallen out with someone and then you see other people like their Instagram post and you feel like every single person that's liked the post is dead to you? Because that's why I'm saying to you, I support you with this Kilwinning thing. I'm not liking any posts that Kilwinning is posting on Instagram. I know it's a place and not a profile, but I'm using metaphor.
With the whole place.
Let's follow out the whole place.
Yeah.
That's a level of mental that sometimes I get into. It's like, if you like that, I'm like, no, you don't respect me. You're dead to me. It's good to have real mental thoughts like that.
No one's really ride and died with me on the Kilwinning front yet. Everyone's just going to be like, why do you keep bringing up Kilwinning? But now I have someone that's going to be like, no, we hate Kilwinning as well.
They've emailed me asking me to headline a theatre, and I'm saying no. They've said it's sold out. We've sold all the tickets.
No Tupperware for you, Kilwinning.
We saw you at the Musical Comedy Awards final, and we thought
All right, good. That's and that was a hard story.
That's a difficult. That's, to be honest, that's a real going to be carrying that to the grave kind of situation. Career low.
It's often associated with comedy, you know, like, oh, what was your worst gig? And people like hearing bad gig stories. But the reality is, sometimes when you have a bad gig that you feel could have been a real good opportunity and it doesn't go well, it's crushing.
It is.
And as performers, you need confidence in it. So it's a tough one. I feel you in that one.
It can be hard because you can kind of carry that energy into your life, but then I think you just get back on the horse and then you'll just have some. I think it's always good to do kind of mental gigs after something like that, where it's very community led, like, you know, a mad gig in like I don't know, a pub where there's like football on, or just
there's such a jump as well sometimes, because a kind of equivalent was when we did the sketch group all the time. How do I get up there? We had travelled in a few times to do the new act of the year competition and made it to the final. But of course, all the kind of heats and the semi-final, they're in comedy clubs and it's playful. And if you're a bit more whimsical, it's easier to do that. And then our final was in the Barbican Theatre, and it's this kind of grand hall, and you're trying to be silly. So people are like, I'm not sure about this. And all of a sudden it's like the production company that we had worked with had come to see that. They thought we were great, and then we did exactly the same set in the final, and they were like, why do you think it didn't go so well? We're like, well, everything plays a part, you know.
I get it. And it is that thing of like, people maybe at the musical comedy finals they maybe wanted like, they probably
That's good. Hey. Now what was that?
I don't know, but they wanted that. You know what I mean? Onions. Just something. Do you know what I mean? You actually get what I mean. Onions. These are the types of onions. Just
that would
something.
have killed. That one. Oh.
Do you know what I mean though? I think they wanted like, whereas what I do is just, it's just kind of like, it's a bit punky, I think. And I'm wearing a Fred Perry polo and I've got tattoos,
Shame on them.
So that's why I've got a punk band now. You actually see when you take that energy from something bad and you put it into like, well, what do I actually want to do? What am I good at? What makes me happy?
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, well, punk music, that's always like very therapeutic. So you take energy from a low and you put it into something new. And I think that can be healing.
And especially you can hear their new single, Onions, that's out next week.
Spotify.
Onions.
The least punk thing to have on.
Right, let's move away from the career one. That's a good share.
Let's get it.
We got through a lot of stuff there as well.
That's doing my nutting thinking about that. Sorry, I love when people say that's doing my nutting. That's doing my fucking boxing, by the way, talking about that fucking gig, man. Fuck it.
Finals. Okay, let's go to... Where will we go? We've done the work, we've done the childhood relationship.
Yeah, so I used to... I've done a bit about this on stage, but I haven't really gone into that much detail. But before I stopped drinking, I would like sleep with people and I'd have like maybe one night stands. And then I had like this acoustic guitar and I'd write songs about them. And I would post it on Facebook. I post it on their Facebook.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'll run through a couple of these. So in Paris, I was living in Paris because I studied French. So for a year, you do a year abroad. I went to Paris, lived in a commune. I have a few embarrassing stories from this time, but because I was just drunk all the time and now I'm sober. One day at a time, baby. But yeah.
In everything you say, there's about 15 things I want to pick out and be like, wait, can we just... Wait. The go to France thing I was about to say, and tell us, and then commune, and then song, person.
I'll try and be...
These were great.
I'll try and be succinct, but... So I'll just talk about Pierre, first of all. I met him on Tinder. He was very tall, very French. Yeah. Like, probably the most French person I ever fucking met. On our first date, we got a rotisserie chicken.
Is that French?
I feel like it is. Rotisserie. Rotisserie.
Sick of all these French restaurants with their rotisserie chickens. Wow. So French. Rotisserie chicken.
And we ate it with our bare hands.
So French.
I bet he never washed his hands before he fingered me. Like, I just think that's like... Sorry, I've never said that before, but... I'm sure I've never said that before. But that's a French vibe. Like, they're just la la la. They're free and easy. We're so uptight. In Scotland, we're so uptight. They are so chill. We have sex, we eat rotisserie. This guy had a shrine to Will Smith. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like shit, like boombox. He was cool. He had loads of trainers. He said, if you leave anything at my flat, I will sell it on eBay. Like, he was a good guy. So I wrote this song about him. And all I remember is, Pierre, why you doing this to me? You kiss like a washing machine. There's plenty more fish in the sea. There's plenty more meat in the boucherie, which is smart. But I remember there was like a line that was like, you had a picture of the French president above your bed. Were you looking at him while I was giving you head? And I just post that on his Facebook because, like, genuinely though, like, before you actually do comedy and before the kind of way that we are now with social media is a lot more intentional. But before doing comedy, I feel like on social media I was just a riot. I didn't give a fuck. Like, you don't care what people think you know what I mean? You're just kind of out there being mental. Whereas like now I'm definitely a lot more like, come to my gig on so and so. It's just a lot more like promotion based. Whereas this is more like personality. So I posted it on his Facebook. He like actually loved it. He thought it was really funny. I think he like told his pals. And then I did it at the Fringe as well, where there was this guy. I've done this as a bit on stage, but there was this guy I got with that was like kind of like Scottish Italian guy. And I wrote something that was like, you never wash your hair, you never wash your hair, you never wash your fucking hair. And I posted that. You guys are in shock.
No,
and
I just know
it,
that song.
And then I posted it on his Facebook, and then he just like never spoke to me again. But every year for like 10 years, his friend would DM me and be like, can you please send me that song? Because it's his birthday and we want to play it at this party. And I was like, respectfully, no. Like, I'm literally sober one day at a time and I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. Like, please go away. This is one of the things I think about.
Wow. That's haunted him. And they want
It's
to
haunted
torture
me.
him.
It's haunted me. I think they just thought it was hilarious. But all of this was before I actually did musical comedy. But these were sort of comedy songs. So I do feel like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
This is one of those everything happens for a reason moments.
Was his hair pretty greasy?
Yeah.
You're like, I've got a black wig. I can.
I've got a wig for you, honey. It's for a cancer patient. And you are a cancer in my life. Goodbye. Yeah, never seen that guy again. Actually, I did think he came into a sandwich shop where I worked once. I did think it was him, but I never asked. No. I just did that. You see someone from your past and you both managed to do the dead-eyed stare. That is in those moments, I'm like, I'm a fucking legend. Yeah. I once did that to someone that I'd had like on Ecky's fucking one night stand with, and I bumped into them in 13th Note and someone introduced them to me and I knew them. Obviously I'd literally like had a one night stand with them. We went for breakfast and I pretend I never met them before. I went, hi, I'm Amelia, nice to meet you. And they were like, I know you.
Oh, so they didn't play along. I thought you were going to say you both managed to just...
No, I was like, fuck's sake. Anyway, sorry, I was going to say that's a real overshare, but I do just feel like that's the vibe, isn't it? But...
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, that's what we're doing here. Taking these dead floors, getting rid.
Fuck off. Dead flowers.
That was good because I feel like one relationship story, but I kind of got 3 or 4 there of different things. So
those were never serious relationships. Do you know what I mean? Like those were just like very like, but I maybe wanted them to be.
See, oh yeah.
And that's why I need to go to therapy, because why am I trying to make that? Why am I trying to make Pierre my boyfriend 10 years ago? I don't know. It was 15 years ago, maybe.
Who, by the way, I think we can all agree, really didn't sound like a good guy. So I think you've done well to get out of that.
Sorry, I was just practicing my French there.
Do you still speak French?
No. Pas du tout. I don't know what that means. That doesn't mean anything. Je m'appelle Amélie, j'habite à Glasgow.
Bof.
I've got one more Paris story.
Great.
Okay. So I just need to start this by saying, did you study French at school? Or German?
Standard grade level or whatever it's called now, so bare basics.
Do you remember this? Ça va?
Yes, and then you say the same thing back but with something else. Ça va...
Bien.
Bien. Et
Merci.
tu?
Oui, ça va. Yeah. That's all I remember from the whole of my French school, university, living there. That's all I really remember. And what I also remember is being on a bender, and I was in a pub after working in this bar where, by the way, people were asking for shit. It was in French, and I just like, I didn't know what they were asking for. Like, I was like giving everyone a vodka Coke. Like everyone in the bar, they were like, une bière. I was like, vodka Coke. Like every single person got that. And also, I don't know if you know this, but like when you're doing a cash up in these kind of situations, you have to keep the card receipts to make sure the till everything. I threw away every goddamn receipt that anyone that machine gave me, right? So I had a really terrible trial shift. Fucked it. And then we went on a staff night out to another one of the pubs that were like owned by the same people. I was trying to save money, so the wine that I bought in my bag was actually cooking wine from the supermarché, le cooking wine. I could just tell it because it was in like a plastic bottle, like oil. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I was like, this looks like a laugh. I'm going to drink this. Drink that in the toilet at the pub that we're in. I'm getting in a taxi. This guy that I've been giving the eyes to at the pub gets in the taxi with me and says, we're going to my place. And I didn't think that that was bad. We go to his place. We get fucked up. We have sex. I see tampons in the bathroom. I realize he has a girlfriend because you know what I mean. You just know. You see the girly products and stuff. The one night stand's not really relevant to the story. But anyway, what happens is we take a lot of cocaine. He's like microwaving it. I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm fucked. The next day I go home to the commune. People that I've not slept. People in my commune saying we're going to go to this boat party. I'm like, right, I've got work at 9 p.m, but I'm going to go to this boat party. It's 1 p.m. This is why I don't drink anymore, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. Then, I'm in the queue at the boat party and I think I have to get to my work. Like, I'm fucked. I start to walk. I'm in like this weird part of Paris. I'm walking on the motorway and then suddenly I need to pee. And there's nowhere. It's like, there's no, like, it is like, there's no buildings. There's like nowhere to hide.
Oh no.
I'm wearing shorts and tights. I pull them down. I pee in the street. As a woman, that's full bare bum out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm there and I think I've got away with it. I think no one's seen this. And then this couple pull up in a car and they go, "Ça va?"
Oh wow.
And I go, "Ça va bien, merci." So that's it. That's it. I peed in the street. That's it.
But do you know what? I was thinking this sounds terrible. It felt like a real low point if you got to the. But then, my God, how classy was that? Did you
pulled
it
out
off
standard grade French.
And
then they invited me
nice
to be in a throuple with them. No, I'm joking.
Quite nice that they were just like, "Ça va?" and like, here's
They
someone peeing in
invited
the
me.
street.
They thought you're a classy person. We're going to invite you into our marriage, into our house. They bathed me, they clothed me. No, we didn't. They drove off.
Yeah.
They drove off very quickly.
You've given them a great story. I bet they'll be like, remember that girl that was just peeing in the street as we pulled out of our house?
Yeah. I forgot that until now.
Now you're just picturing it.
Just picturing it. But
You gotta go.
went to work as well. Did not keep the job.
Vodka Cokes all round for everyone. No receipts.
Yeah. I feel like what is coming across here is that was a period of my life where I had no responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I behave like that. And now I'm sober, I pay council tax. I'm really fine. I did not sound convincing.
Listen,
Sorry.
you are you. It feels like
I'm mortified
You've
now.
lived a good life here. You've got great stories. These are things that I feel like you're looking back on and going, "Oh my day," but actually they just sound like
a lot. It's just a laugh, innit?
You are certainly one of the comedy scene's proper original people, though.
Oh.
You're very unique. I think you are eccentric and wonderfully so. So you shouldn't be worried about, I do that. It's great.
Thank you. You got me on like a day of feeling crazy, but that's fine.
It comes across in your comedy though as well. You know, some people, there's a lot of comedy that's quite samey. There is no one the same as you.
Thank you.
And that's a good thing. What do you have coming up? You got your show. You were saying let's give some stuff a plug as well. And you've got
plug it.
Your own podcast as well.
Yes, which you need to come on.
Please.
We can talk about your hoodie. It's a show. It's a podcast about hoodies. No, it's a podcast.
Yeah, the material.
The hoodie podcast.
I'll bring something in I would know just the piece to bring on.
Oh, but don't tell me.
No,
surprise me. So I do a podcast called Funny Looks about the clothes that performers wear. It's really fun because people talk about like their childhood and then they'll talk about like things they've worn on stage. And also, do you ever get like the mad thinking where you're like, this jacket will make me have a good gig?
Yes. You really do believe it as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've been convinced that it's because I didn't wear something that's why I had a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
And days of the week. I'll save it for the podcast.
But
I'm like, this is a Thursday shirt. Like, stuff like that.
We're mental. And like that's we get into that, but then, you know, you get like nice little stories about gigs and stuff. So that's called Funny Looks. You can get that on
Tell you a story about Kilwinning.
Enough, you can tell the story about Kilwinning. Fuck Kilwinning. Kilwinning? Kilwinning.
Kill losing that now. Tell you that.
You can come on and just talk about that.
Just for rant.
You don't need to even talk about clothes. Just come on and slag off Kilwinning. I'm also doing the Glasgow Comedy Festival. I don't know when this is coming out, but it's on the 20th of March, a work in progress show. We'll probably be talking about some of the themes that I've talked about on this podcast today.
This will be out before the festival.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, please come along. And also, I have a radio show on Clydebuilt Radio. If you like dance music bangers, it's my DJ name's Jim Crush, like Jim, like crushing the gym, not like Jim, like an old man called Jim.
All right, Jim.
All right, Jim, not like all right, Jim. I didn't think that through when I put that as my name, and it's all my social media anyway. That's it, I think.
Crush. That does just sound like a good wrestler name or something.
I know, and
Jim Crush. But then it's like, no, Jim.
No, it's
Jim.
it's stupid. I can't change it now.
No, it's
because I got a
good.
logo made by Johnny Mowat. Shout out, brilliant artist. But now I can't change my DJ name. So yeah, thanks for having me. I feel like I didn't give you much space to ask questions, and I actually will be worrying and increasing.
Don't
my
ever
search rate.
apologise about making my life easier. I just got to sit here. This is great and enjoy it. I got to enjoy all these wonderful stories. What a life well lived, and plenty still to come.
See you, Em.
I feel like we'll be able
Plenty
to have you
still
back
to
on
see.
here very soon. No, wonderful to have you on. And thank you to people watching, listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all those things you're supposed to do with podcasts. And listen, I haven't said this the last couple of times. If you feel like it, why not sign up to the podcast Patreon? What is it, £3 a month? Not much, £3 a month. And you'll get not one, but 2 episodes a week, plus an extended version of each.
Whoa.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks to the Stand Comedy Club. Thanks to Amelia for coming on. See you next time.